That part right there, which happened over the 2 chord, right? Then it happened over the 4 chord, same pitches. Change one note here on the 6 chord. The 5, it kind of had the same type of phrase, same types of notes, different arrangement. So, let's work through that really quick because this is going to express a point I have in regards to how to use the modes over chords to bring harmony out. So, here's your chord. Who wants to count with me up the scale to find out what tension number this is? Everybody raise your hand. We all want to count it. That's right. Alright, so count with me the Dorian scale, the 2 scale. If you don't know it, just say rutabaga really softly and it'll look like you're counting. 1, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2. So in the 2, the first chord of the song, I've got flat 3. What's the next section after the flat 3? 4. So I've got flat 3 to 4. Anybody know what that is? I'll count through it. Over the 4, when those same 2 notes, the same pitch, they now have different numbers. Anybody? Let's count through it. 1, 2, 3, sharp 4, 5, 6, 7. My flat 3 to 4 in this new chord we're playing over has a different interval name now, or a different formula. 1, 2. Alright? 1 to 6. And I had to change a note. That note is still the same. It's got a new identity now. I had to change my pitch back a half step to kind of suit this chord a little better. So in the 6, in the natural minor, let's find out what that is. 1, 2, flat 3, 4. What is it? 5. So if that's 5, I'm skipping over a note. What is that next note?
Flat 6.
5, skip over, flat 6.
Flat 7.
Right. Alright, so that's the melody of the chorus. So, the point with this is, I've got the same pitch. Like the pitch, the note names are not changing. Their placement within the chord that it's on top of has changed. So the same pitch here in the 2 over the 4 is changing. So one thing we want to learn is when we're playing over chord changes, when we're addressing harmony, we don't have to play something different every time. We can hang out on the same pitches. Their placement in the chord they belong to is different. They mean different things. So one of the ideas we kind of went through was the different modes have different flats and sharps that's separated from the major scale, right? So to quickly go through this, the Dorian has flat 3, flat 7. Phrygian has flat 2, 3, 6, 7. Lydian has sharp 4, makes the Lydian flat 7. Natural minor, flat 3, 6, and 7. Locrian, everything is flat except for the 1 and the 4. So those notes that have been altered, that are different than just the plain 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, they completely identify a specific chord type. No other chord type, no other number has only a flat 3, 6, and 7. It is the 6th position. It is our natural minor. So I can accent certain things. I can play certain tensions of scales, and it represents the chord. I can choose to use the same notes and switch my chord, and it does the same thing, and it still belongs to a chord. So we're going to pick the song back up on that chorus, and you're going to kind of hear this, and just remember what's happening as the chord changes. Some of the pitches are the same, but their placement is different, and listen to how it feels. It feels like something new is happening, though I'm just hanging out on the same spot. Chorus, a 1, a 2, a 1, 2, over all the chord changes. But even though the pitches are the same, every time they change the chord, the relationship to the notes I'm playing to the chord that's under it changes. So one of the reasons I think it's important to understand the major scale, most of the money that's going to get you paid one day, or most of the gigs that are going to get you paid one day, most of the money you'll make playing guitar, comes from understanding the major scale. People don't want to really listen to complex things that sound crazy, like chords like this. Or it's just not what people listen to anymore. Very simple things, even in indie music or metal, regardless of the style, most of the stuff is centralized around the major scale. Minor chords, minor progressions. Phrygian is really popular in metal. The whole relationship between that thing, I mean, that's your 1 to your flat 2. Harmonic minor is a scale that happens in metal, but it's just a different arrangement of notes that you knew from the major scale. Most of the stuff that I play, most of the stuff that I'm involved in, this is kind of home base. I mean, every now and then I'll do something fancy over a 2 chord. Rarely. It's usually like I do that because I needed to get it out musically, and the music director looks at me like, do you want your check or what? So I practice the major scale a lot. I practice its modes a lot. It allows me to express harmony. It allows me to express chord changes without having to go off the jazz deep end. And we learned from earlier, I can play the same scales, and depending on the tone I have and the way, the rhythm of the notes, I can make it sound rock, I can make it sound jazz. Just in the whole like... Roll that tone knob back. Same thing with some pedals on. Now it sounds rock. So practicing the harmony of the major scale, like when I had you guys call out those numbers and we play 5, 2, 3, 1. I'll sit around and I'll take these progressions, I'll take the numbers, and I'll look at them and I'll find out, well, what is different from the 5 to the 2 to the 3 to the 1? What is the scale that belongs? And I'll try and outline the most important parts of those. So if I'm playing over the 5 chord, the flat 7 and the major 3, those two things paired together lets me know I'm playing Mixolydian. So I'll try and include. So as simple as that being somebody FaceTime me, tell them I said hey. And if I go to the 2, I want to outline that I have a flat 3, a flat 7, and that's 6. When I go to the 3, all I really need is like the flat 2 and the 3. Back to the 1. If I play a 7 and a 3, it completely identifies where I'm at. So I try and look at what notes make it different, what separates it from the next. Identify those. I would take charts and I'd write this stuff out and I'd say, all right, if I'm playing D Mixolydian, here's going to be my 3 and there's going to be my flat 7. So over here I just need to have that and that. And in just those 2 notes, it lets everyone know I'm playing the right thing. Same kind of idea. So what I'm going to do, we're going to go back to the Get Lucky song because it's just a good pop tune. Some of you know it. And I'm going to take the same idea. I'm just going to play 7 notes. I'm going to arrange them differently, and you're going to see what I'm talking about. In just these 7 notes, I can do a whole lot and make it feel like I'm playing these different scales. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. It didn't sound like I was playing the same 7 notes the whole time, did it? If it did, I'm leaving. All right, so the idea is to outline the harmony inside the chord underneath it. How do we do that? We talked about it a little bit. What makes the 2 chord different from the 3 chord isn't that they're both minor 7s. It isn't the chord type, it's the relationship of the intervals based on the major scale. So let's go back to that 2. Now if I play, he's got the same note going here. I'm going to play the 3 in the same position and you're going to hear the difference. But if I play the 2 again, so the chord is the same, minor 7. It's the relationship of the intervals. I've got the flat 2, got the flat 3, flat 6, and the flat 7 in the 3rd mode, Phrygian mode. I've only got flat 3 and the flat 7 with a natural 6 in the Dorian mode. So I'm going to bring that out over the same root note. He's just playing B. Same scale. Gonna go to the next one. This is Lydian mode. My favorite one, right? There's just something about this that I really like. I think it might be like because I was born in the 80s. It's a long time ago, I know. All the Disney movies had that. It's just very happy. It's like something's about to happen. Right? So just man hold down this thing. I'm just gonna play Lydian.
See where the Little Mermaid like finds a way to
Yeah, it's like when Nemo found they found Nemo. That's just playing Lydian over 1 chord. He's going to play the same note and make it feel different now. 1, 2, 3, 4.